Everybody, I am Jer, and welcome to Pillow Talk. Yay! Um, if you are watching for the first time, be sure to subscribe below. I will say that first thing because some people don't remember, and then they're like, I didn't get any notification because you didn't subscribe. And then also hit the little alarm button because that'll be what notifies you. If you're watching live, thank you for joining. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here. If you are watching the recorded video, thanks for joining later, and feel free to make any comments below after you watch it or during watching it or whatever you choose to do. Um, so the other day I had somebody, whenever I went live, was talking to me about, well, I guess talking to us about thoughts on 13 Reasons Why and how it promotes suicide. And hey, what's up, Gabe? Gabe says, "Sup, dude? Sup, dude? How are you?" um, and uh, and I was like, I don't. It might promote suicide. I don't know. And I didn't think it did for me. It really didn't, but I could see where it was. So, or where it could promote that. So, I kind of wanted to do a video and talk about that some. Um, so I was thinking, and I was like thinking about the TV, the show, the Netflix show, 13 Reasons Why. And if you don't know which you should know, but if you don't, the premise, the idea behind it is this girl. She creates. She decides on that she's going to commit suicide, and she creates tapes based on the people, the reasons, and each of them are people um, that have caused her to make the decision to move forward with committing suicide. And so and each side is a different reason or person, and each episode is a side of this tape, or a side of a tape. And so each episode is kind of focused on one of the people and then the reason why that person is a reason for her to kill herself. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, there are some people that don't even have 13 people that they could make those tapes for, and yet this girl isn't really even grateful or thankful, or I guess verbally thankful, or like realizing that this is pretty great. Like, it's a pretty great thing to have 13 different people that you could have, I guess, at one point considered friends, but then some of them are not friends. Like, they do bad, horrible, horrible things. Some of them is very small things, in my mind. Um, so I think that if, and people do think about committing suicide, obviously it happens. I have been in places before where I, in my mind, was weighing, okay, was weighing, would it be better to continue living, or would the world be better off without me? And it got really, really close at times where I just wanted to be gone. I wanted to be done, and not have to face the issues that I had to face. And so um, the things that have helped me is to, it sounds really like challenging whenever you're in that spot, but if you can figure out a way to step back and um, step outside of your situation, like I said, it's very challenging to do in that, but find one thing, like one really great person or an experience to look forward to, or an experience that you've had, or even just a thing, like a thing, anything that you can be grateful for, and focus on that in that moment. And it makes like a world of difference. And then gradually you start to, like, like, I even still today, I have, there is a email service that I get. I think it's called Gratify. Um, I'm sure there's plenty of like, I know that there's like a gratitude journal and stuff like that, apps that you can get, but um, it has seriously. There have been times where I stepped away from doing it, and then I'm like, oh crap, I need to. Gabe says, I know sometimes I think of the same thing. Then I remember the funeral of my cousin and the pain my family would be in. I'm glad I never considered it. Yeah, and so you that's a great way to look at it, because then you think about your family and how much you love them, and that you don't want them to have to go through that pain. Um, and then like if you don't have family and you have friends, and think about the pain that they could go through. Um, but what was I don't remember what I was saying now. What was I saying? Where was my train of thought? That's horrible, Gabe. You ruined it. I'm kidding. No, the gratitude journal. And if I back away from having that gratitude journal and I'm not focusing on the positive in my life, things start to like feel like they may not even be going crazy, but they start to feel like they're going crazy, and then I lose focus, and it's I don't know. I cannot tell you how much this thing has helped, and so I get a email reminder. It's actually not even an email; it's a text. I get a text that gets sent to me, and I can go in, and it says, "What are you grateful for today?" And whenever that text comes through, I think at that moment, what am I grateful for? What, even if it's a small thing, it can be very, very small. There have been times that I was thankful for having a dollar, like that, and I would have, like, I would be frustrated because I'd be like, you know what, I only have a dollar in my bank account right now. And seriously, I've had like a dollar, even less than a dollar, or even be overdraft. But, there are times whenever I'm down to like a dollar, and I, I'll be like, I really hate this. This is really frustrating. I can't do the things I want to be doing. But then I think, you know what? There are people that don't really have a dollar. I know that gets said a lot, but there are people that don't have that. So, um, and I do, and that's something to be thankful for. So, I don't know. You just have to like really focus. So instead of focusing on 13 reasons that I want to die, 13 people that I would want to die because of, think about the 13 things. There are, Gabe says there are people who have it worse. There are people that have it so much worse than, and it's like we take for granted really small things. But I think we have to focus, and like whenever you're thinking, if 13 reasons why has you thinking about suicide or negative, or like, oh well, I should do this and then people might care. No, 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 no. Like the show is, it brings to light the frustration of being in that place, and I think it could kind of trigger that, but no, don't let it trigger that, and instead think about the 13 reasons why not. 13 reasons to not move forward with that. And there are so many more reasons to live than what there are to die. Regardless of where you find yourself, there are so many more reasons to live than there are to die. Um, Something that I will like be thankful for a lot all the time, um, is whenever I did an experience, and I've talked about it, and there's even videos from it on here on my YouTube channel, where I made the decision to give everything of mine away and to go out and live on the streets in New York with just a backpack, a laptop to kind of keep track of what I was doing, um, a week's worth of clothes in the backpack, and then a cell phone that I had turned service off to. And because it wasn't because I wanted a homeless experience. I wanted to get a different perspective on life and actually have to work harder to be where I wanted to be and define myself and what I wanted to be doing in life. And I did that for right around a year. And I would have to walk. For one, the one thankful thing that I come out of that with is that I have a bed. I have a bed now. Like I get to sleep in a bed with pillows and do YouTube videos, pillow talk YouTube videos. um, and two, I would sleep, and I would go to Central Park, and at I would stay up all night usually, um, and at 5 o'clock in the morning, I would go into Central Park and I would find a spot. There was always a spot that I would try to sleep in, that I felt was open enough, but then also I felt secure in. And I would lay my backpack down and I would like cuddle up, curdle up, hurdle up into a ball and just go to sleep. And to me, it was like the safest spot where people wouldn't think anything was different, because there are people that go there and like sleep on their lunch break. And so I just was like, people won't really care. And even if they do, then oh well. But it's where I went to sleep. And so I would be sleeping on the dirt and just doing what I needed to do to get by, to um, have that experience and learn from it. And that's where I was. And I would walk from Central Park all the way down to Houston, to the YMCA on Houston, and they had a public swimming pool. And I would go there, and I had thought about it, and I was like, where can I go to shower? And I thought about, like, every time you get into a pool, they want you to like rinse off, to like get all the dirt off, so you're not getting dirt into the pool or whatever. And I was like, I could do that. I could just go there and use that as a shower. It's kind of embarrassing, I guess, kind of, but people don't really realize or really care. They're doing their own thing. And so that's where I'd go and take a shower. And so I was thankful then. Now I'm very thankful, because I wake up and I seriously walk like 10 feet, 20 feet maybe, to the bathroom and take a shower in the morning. And walking from Central Park to Houston was like, I think like 5 or 6 miles, maybe even further. And then you get there, you take a shower, and then you leave, and automatically you're back in the heat again and sweating. And but you get like yesterday's sweat off of you, only to get today's sweat on you again, and it's challenging. And so, regardless of wherever you find yourself, there's always something to be thankful for and to be happy for. Um, and there are people to be thankful for, even if like maybe there, it doesn't feel like there's anybody in the world that cares about you, or that you can be thankful for. There are people to be thankful for. um, like think about your inspirations, people who have inspired you. Like, I think that one of my 13 reasons why not would be, it may sound crazy, but Walt Disney, because Walt Disney really inspires me. Like, their creativity, and like how he managed to be able to pull Walt Disney Company together, and make it to what it was then, and then set a foundation for what it's become. That's pretty amazing. Um, and so there's always, I don't know, there's always people, there's always things to be thankful for. Um, yeah. So I just wanted to make a video about it and talk about it. And because I didn't really give, someone had asked that the other day, and it kind of caught me off guard, because I didn't really know what my thoughts on it were, if it was promoting suicide, or if it was just a story, or, and yeah, I can see where it could be. And so I wanted to kind of talk more in depth about that. Does anybody that's live with me right now have anything to say? I'm doing these kind of late at night. It's like after midnight here, so yeah. Anyway, if that is it, then I'm going to go. If you're watching this later, be sure to like and subscribe and all of that. And if you have something to say, please leave a comment, and I will try to respond when I can. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful night.